NFL.com has an interesting article out today ranking the quarterbacks in the NFL entering week 18. And, our good friend Lombardi, really good friend of the show, really respect his work. He likes to talk about quarterback rankings. And even though he's a football genius who goes to these games and watches with his own eyes, he really only stays talking about stats. He only wants to talk about QBR. And anyone can look up QBR. But really, it's nice to take numbers and eyes and a brain and meld it all together and sort of have a hybrid eye test / advanced statistical study. And that seems to be what NFL.com is doing. So I want to go through their rankings of the quarterbacks. And if you and if you're surprised about where Brock Purdy lands, I'm going to go one by one, and you tell me if you think Brock Purdy's that guy. Number one, you tell me when you think it's going to be him. Number one.
No.
Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Number two.
No.
Josh Allen. Number three.
No.
Joe Burrow. Number four.
Nope.
Jared Goff. Number five.
9.
Can you guess?
Number 5. Yeah. After Jared Goff, I'd go Justin Herbert.
Baker.
Okay.
I don't know. This is kind of, who knows if this is arbitrary or not, but this is NFL.com. QB.
Is that based off of this year?
This is this year.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels, number 6. Number 7.
No.
Darnold. Number 8.
Jesus.
Here's
Darnold's at 7.
I'm so impressed by how Darnold has repeatedly risen to the occasion this season. He did plenty of that in week 17, connecting with targets even after his first read wasn't available. He trusted his strong arm to get the job done, throwing a missile over the Green Bay defense to Jalen Naylor for a touchdown and firing a picture-perfect pass to Jordan Addison for another score. Darnold is playing the kind of football the Jets hoped they would see from him when they drafted him back in 2018. He continues to exceed expectations against even the best competition his team has faced. He's trusting his eyes and arm and keeps pushing the Vikings to new heights. Damn.
Joe Burrow wasn't even named.
No, Burrow was 3.
Okay.
Burrow's 3. We're at 8 now. Is this Purdy?
No.
Mahomes.
Yeah. Mahomes is still out there. Baker's out. Mahomes is out. You said Jaden Daniels was named already?
Yeah, he was 6.
Okay. Burrow, Allen, Jackson. No.
Herbert is 9.
Yep. Justin Herbert. Yep.
10. This is where Niner fans are going to get mad.
I know, because I know this is an official threshold moment right now.
10.
Right? Because everybody they love to hover around that 10, 11 range. Niners fans love to keep him there, hovering around the elite.
Yep.
You know what? Screw it. Let it burn. No, not
it's
10.
Not. It's Jordan Love.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
I know that's got to get people hot.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. As long as there's one quarterback that people love that I don't think is better than Brock Purdy.
This next one is going to piss Niner fans off. 11.
Let me just say this. I'm okay with this list as long as Jalen Hurts isn't better than Brock Purdy.
Well, he's injured, so he's not on the list. This is like quarterbacks who are gonna.
Okay.
I guess Hurts. I mean, Purdy's injured too. I don't know why Hurts isn't on this list, but Pickett's on this list. So forget
because he do not see the field. All right.
So 11. This is so funny to me. I love this.
No. Was I right?
Bryce Young.
Bryce? You can't take this list serious.
If you play the tape from this game and compare it side by side with film from the first 2 weeks of 2024, any of last year's footage, you might come to the same question at which I arrived last weekend. Was Carolina previously sending out a body double for Young? It's a completely different quarterback now, throwing sharp passes with remarkable confidence and handling pressure almost as if it doesn't exist at all. Young went toe-to-toe with Baker Mayfield early in this contest before cooling off, yet he still had one of the best games you'll ever see from a quarterback on the wrong side of a blowout loss. The Panthers didn't lose this game because of Young, and he's convinced me he'll have a bright future in Charlotte as long as Dave Canales remains the coach. Damn. That's got to hurt.
That's cap, though. Like, that's cap. Come on, son. Like, that's a lot of words. I feel you, but that's a lot of words for one game. Like that's like, come on, man. That's crazy.
All right, 12. It's got to be Purdy, right?
If Bryce Young is over him, I'm down for the bombast. Yes, Brock Purdy. This has got to be Brock Purdy at 12.
Stafford.
No! Matt Stafford makes a little
13.
sense.
13 has got to be Purdy, right?
They got Bryce Young over Matt Stafford?
I don't understand that one. Okay, hold on. Who wrote this? Let me get it.
Who wrote this?
Shook.
Yo, Nick. Nick is on meth. Yo.
Hold on. Who do you think is 13?
I mean, at this stage of the game, it could be Johnny Unitas. Like, what,
Kyler.
like, Kyler?
Kyler. Okay, 14 is Brock. Here's what they say. Here's what Nick Shook says about Brock.
Come on,
saw
Shook.
Both sides of Purdy on Monday night. It started with the poised, accurate passer who simply executes when everything around him is going well, and unfortunately ended with the version of Purdy that tends to sink his own team's chances with occasional misses or poor decisions. He sailed a pass over Ricky Pearsall's head in the second half, resulting in an interception, then doomed the Niners' comeback efforts with another pick, which was thrown before Purdy checked to see if coverage had deviated from the pre-snap look. To his credit, Purdy did a good job of moving the ball early when targeting a wide-open George Kittle on multiple occasions. Plus, he guided Pearsall into an important role in the offense for at least one night. But I'm left with one uncomfortable conclusion. I don't think Purdy is among the group of quarterbacks who elevate their offenses beyond adversity into elite territory. Sure, the Niners are missing pieces, but Purdy feels more like a quarterback who will get the job done in a good situation than one who makes the situation great. That's not an encouraging assessment for a guy who's in line to sign a new contract soon.
But that is premium shade. Like, he often threw passes to a wide open George Kittle. Like, he was laying it on in there. Like, he was like almost kind of like he did his best. He tried. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's no Bryce Young though.
All right, so let me say this. There is a world where people who have not been sold on Brock Purdy are, now that Brock has kind of regressed to the mean, in a sense, are going to start going overboard. There is a faction of people who are going to start saying some wild stuff about Brock now that he's not the MVP.
That's true. But in defense of this guy, if the Niners called up Carolina in this offseason and said, hey, we got a great deal for you, man. We will trade you Brock for Bryce Young. What do you say?
I'm taking Bryce Young.
Me too.
I'm taking Bryce Young.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. So you know what? He could make the argument. I'm not sure he did because his explanation was all about last week, but I'll take Bryce Young. He's younger. He's cheaper. You got more time with him to not pay him $50 million a year. 14. That's not where you want to end up on the NFL, on the league's official website a month. Or wait. He can start negotiating this contract extension on Monday.
Yeah, that's not happening. They're playing him out. Like, it's clear. They're shutting him down.
Well, this is the way I look at it, though. Like, if I were his agent, and I've been watching the Niners pattern the last 4 years, they'll make an offer, and I'm thinking, okay, like, let's just wait for the second offer, right? It's coming. Why would we accept the first offer? The second offer always comes.
Well, one thing that I know the Niners are going to do is they're going to play Brock's persona, I mean, his character against himself. There will be no holdout. Like, Brock's
I don't think he'll hold out.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll necessarily, I think he'll go into training camp without a deal and expect that September 1st he'll get it. Something better. The way I did, the way Bosa did.
There's no way. Because the how can I say, like, the consequence or whatever on the other side of it is that, like, Brock's gonna have to put some blood in the game if he wants to do that. Because for what it's worth, we can say what we want about Debo, but Debo asked for a trade. That's a shot across the bow. I'm not playing with you. You can't take that back.
And you need to get this done.
And so did Brandon Ayuk. I don't see Brock doing anything around.
that.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't
so,
think so.
How would he force the Niners? We drag our feet.
You should be like, hey, thank you for the offer. I'm not signing that. If you want to give me a better offer in September, we could talk. Otherwise, I'll just
play
my 5th-year option.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. All roads lead to the Niners getting what they want anyway.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because what leverage do you have when you just had the Jimmy Garoppolo 2021 season? What can you ask for?
I think they musical chaired him. Right when he didn't have a chair, they turned the music off. He was like, oh, you 2 picks, done. We don't want to see you for the rest of the season. We're good.
Oh, now yeah. It was funny too, and the way they talk about it is like, it's basically like just a funny bone. But he's not going to play because he has nerve irritation. I've had a funny bone a bajillion times in my life. It goes away in 90 seconds.
Yeah. We got to figure out. I mean, listen.
Have you ever had a 2-week funny bone injury?
We know what we
really hurts.
Yo, you're nuts. No. We know what we signed up for with Brock. Like when it comes to the injuries in Brock's arm, I feel like we saw that very early, right? So I feel as though that's always going to be there. It's always going to be. It's never going to go anywhere.
They can't extend him and him end up being injured. They've been so adamant. His shoulder's fine. His elbow's fine. He's fine. None of this matters. If you do what you did with McCaffrey again this offseason and you extend a guy to even more money who's damaged goods, I mean, then you might get fired. Then you might get, but actually maybe not.
No. For me, honestly, if Brock gets signed and he ends up like kind of like being an ice wagon, like he's always hurt, that's an organization, Grant. Like at some point we gotta stop with not stop, but there is another authority above Kyle. And signing a franchise quarterback when he's not a franchise quarterback, that's on Jed. That's on the organization. Like, this guy he ain't the goods. Don't do that. And what's even crazier, what adds injury to insult is that we've had literally the best quarterbacks ever to play this game come through this organization. So you know what it looks like.